Welcome back to RGR Football. I'm Ryan, and this is me going rogue with my team of new contributors that are joining the channel to do some extra work and give you guys a little bit more on your Chiefs. This video in particular is something we've kind of been holding on to. What you're going to hear today is something new, something that we haven't done before, and we have had it for a little bit, kind of set aside, waiting for the right time to put it out here. Well, today's the day. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that sub button and the bell notification right now so you know when something new comes out. And if you like this one, leave a thumbs up for us, will you? As well as a comment down below. Today is something that Dan Harms did a film review for prior to the draft, and we've been holding on to it because we wanted to let it breathe a little bit in case this particular player ended up in Kansas City, and Willie Gay Jr. did. So now we want to go back and take a look unfettered, determined by the fact that he's now a Chief, and take a look at what Dan's look at him was prior to the draft to get kind of an unbiased, without any hometown inkling in here. So this is something new and different. If you like it, we'll do more of it. If not, it's a great experiment. So let's see how it goes. Check this out on Willie Gay Jr.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another video for RGR Football on YouTube. My name is Daniel Harms, and today we're going to talk a little bit about some defensive need that the Chiefs have in this upcoming 2020 draft. We all know that the linebacker talent level is not where it really needs to be at this point in time. They have a lot of guys that are more one-dimensional, not so much two-dimensional, and you need three down linebackers that can stop the run, can fill their gaps, and then have that sideline-to-sideline speed to keep up with running backs and tight ends in the pass game. But we want to get a little bit deeper because the value at linebacker is more really into the third and the fourth round. It's not a great class of linebackers, but there's still some athletic guys that have a bit of upside in this draft. And we're going to talk about Willie Gay Jr. The reason he's more of a mid-round guy has to do with some of his character issues. At Mississippi State, he had some suspensions that made it so he wasn't on the field as much as you'd like to see and getting those starts and snaps from a linebacker. So for this video, I wanted to start with his most glaring weakness in the run game. It's his processing, and with his processing comes his want to kind of undercut blocks and get out of the way of blocks, take some what he thinks are shortcuts to get to the running back, and that creates issues with him trusting his speed a little bit too much and thinking he can get to a running back that his angle is wrong with. And it's just gonna be a quick little clip here. He goes underneath these two blocks right here, and that's the issue. They're gonna be able to get out in front of Josh Jacobs. They're gonna have the wide receiver out here blocked down, and it's gonna be a clear running lane, because instead of taking on one of these blocks and allowing the safeties to fill properly, he's going to undercut it and think that he can keep up, which he just can't. And then Jacobs nearly gets a first down on the play. He actually processes it well. He sees the running back coming out to his right, the block's coming. But in these kind of situations, you need to take on a block and shed it, and then allow everyone else to fill, and maybe you can get a tackle as well. If you get around this first initial block, maybe to the tight end block, where you'll have a little bit more success in shedding that block from a linebacker perspective, then you have a much better chance of stopping Josh Jacobs from getting a bigger gain. And Willie Gay just needs to learn to take on some more blocks, and then he gets it's unfortunate because he does have some really great speed, and if he doesn't get at least pushed a little bit by this offensive lineman, he's probably got a good chance of tackling Jacobs. But then he just doesn't have the explosive speed. He's still got 4.4 speed at a linebacker position, and as I stated previously, if he just is able to allow this safety not to be blocked by the tight end, he tries to set more of an edge out here. Maybe this doesn't go for almost 10 yards, and they are able to stop all of them from getting in the end zone. But he doesn't, and I'd be a little remiss if I just showed you some of his weaknesses in the run game. The potential he has in a defense where he's allowed to, read, react, and play physically and get downhill very quickly is really kind of limitless. He's got such speed, and when he sees something coming, this is a freight train, just on the tracks. Nothing is stopping it, and he delivers hits. When he gets, his momentum going and he gets around the blocks, he's right here. Look where the ball is. He sees that it was going to be a pitch, and as soon as he saw it, he is out into the flat and getting right now downhill behind the line of scrimmage. And this running back, he's just doesn't even know that it's going to come and just lays the lumber. God, his speed is something else when he can get into the open field and just make plays. I love that play recognition out of him. He sees the pitch, gets around this wall of blockers that's trying to, and he's the only defender that has a chance to stop this first down. And then just, oh, good Lord. He's so explosive, and at that contact point, he can just deliver some extreme power transfer from speed. It's really impressive. And let's go ahead and get into some of his abilities in the pass department. He's going to be very utilized as a blitzer at Mississippi State, and that's something that Steve Spagnuolo loves in their linebackers, being able to blitz and having that savviness off the edge. And he's going to come unblocked here, but that explosion and closing speed is what we're going to look at. And he times his snap perfectly. The ball's going to snap, and he's going to go right towards the quarterback. And he's not going to get picked up, as I mentioned. But one thing that I want to focus on is, the fact that Tua Tagovailoa is a notoriously hard person to bring down on first contact. He likes to, break tackles, make guys miss. He usually lures them with that athleticism right here. He's going to take a dive right there. And even though Tua is nearly about to escape to the outside, it's his ability to dive at the legs and then grab his ankle and keep a hold on that ankle that will allow him to get the sack here. And although it's not, a very impressive block beating blitz by Willie Gay, it's more of showing his speed, his burst, his acceleration, and then the closing area of the tackle box here, where he's going to get that ankle and then force Tua to the ground and get that sack. And it's not going to be the most impressive thing in the world, but just the fact that he is able to close on somebody as elusive as Tua and then spin him to the ground is what we're kind of looking at. And this is 2018, so the Mississippi State team, they have Cam Dantzler still, and they have Montez Sweat coming off the edge. So he kind of took a lot of attention from Willie Gay in that aspect, and that allowed him to get that great jump off the line of scrimmage and go unblocked. And we're going to go right into the next play, actually. He's not a very smooth backpedaler when he's going into his zones. His hips are a little bit stiff in that department. It takes him a little while to get that depth proper. But we all know another thing that Steve Spagnuolo likes to do is, fake those blitzes and bring everyone up to the line of scrimmage and then bail out. And this is one of those situations where he's going to do the same thing right there. He uses that little shuffle step forward and then backs out. And Tua, I think he sees him here, but he does not get the ball high enough out of Willie Gay's reach. And then that's where we get to see his athleticism a little bit. He has a nearly 40-inch vertical, and right there, he just picks this ball out of the air right near the referee right there. And I'm not entirely sure what Tua was thinking, but I do know that Willie Gay put himself in perfect position after that drop. You can see his hips. It's not great movement on his part, but the ability to see the ball, look the ball into his hands, and essentially manipulate the quarterback into throwing that football. This would have been a first down over the middle. There's nobody that can close on him fast enough to get to the football, but he's got that athleticism, the size, the speed at linebacker to make plays in the pass game. Now he still has some work in his drop step, but that speed to keep up with tight ends and running backs at the next level is something that he's got on display. And these are some explosion and some big playability, and getting that honed in is something that I believe that this defensive staff can do. Matt House, great linebackers coach, and we all know that Steve Spagnuolo gets the best out of his players. So looking deeper into the draft, Willie Gay is definitely an option going forward, and is somebody that when I think if you can harness those raw abilities and make the learning curve a little bit simpler for him coming into the NFL, we'll see big plays, and he might come in, as a pass specialist off as a rookie because of that speed and athleticism. But I think he's somebody that can transform into a starter on an every down basis at the next level. So I like Willie Gay in the third round, and I could see him falling a little bit a little bit further in the draft just based on those character issues. But yeah, he's definitely somebody that has a lot of raw talents, and I would love to see in this Chiefs defense.
So that's a look at Willie Gay Jr. from our Dan Harms, who's going to continue to contribute around the channel. Hope you guys dug that. If you did, please let him know in the comments. Let us know what else you'd like to see. We're going to continue to look at the rest of the Chiefs draft prospects and a couple of the UDFAs that are going to contribute to this team. So if you're not subscribed, hit that one now. Hit the notifications as well as a comment and a thumbs up. Have a great weekend. We'll talk to you next time.